And thank you for joining me. I'm Anushka and this is your March 2017 horoscope. So this is going to be a really big month in terms of your home and family, and there's going to be a lot of emphasis on this part of your life. We start off with your moon, Venus, Mars and Uranus all in this area of your chart. So you're being drawn towards issues surrounding your home, issues surrounding your family. Maybe you want to make some changes there. Maybe you want to transform some things that are going on there. I think this month you're going to be asked to heal any issues that have been happening at home. Anything connected with the family. There's going to be opportunities for healing surrounding that. On the 3rd, we've got Jupiter opposing Uranus. So Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. Uranus is in your 4th house of home and family. So there might be just some sort of, you might feel a desire for freedom and for the need to go out and expand in terms of your career. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit held back because of family and home circumstances. So there is a desire to kind of forge ahead with your career there. But really the focus, I think, is on your home. And once you've got that stable, and once you've got that, anything surrounding the past, family issues, home issues healed, then you've got that base from which to go out into the world and which to kind of, a stronger base from which to come at your, go at your career. On the 4th is the big news. Venus is turning retrograde. So Venus is in your 4th house. So you're looking at matters of the past to do with home and family. It could be to do with old relationships, places that you've lived. It could be even, family of your origin, looking back as far as that and healing connected with that. If you've been married before, if you've had a family with somebody else before, there's a chance that you could hear from them or they could come into your life, and there just might be some healing to be done around that. There really is so much emphasis on home and family this month. I mean, it really is what it's about. So anything that you've been feeling, maybe if you've been feeling like the love's been lacking, if you've been feeling like it hasn't been as supportive an environment as you want it to be, then this is the month to really transform that. If you wanted to bring beauty into your home, if you want to redecorate, or if you want to move, this could be the month that you end up doing that. It's actually quite likely because there's so much activity in your 4th house. On the 10th, we've got Mars moving into your 5th house, Taurus. The 5th house is creativity and love and playfulness and children. So it brings a bit of a lighter energy. So you're harnessing a bit of that kind of that love energy and probably bring it into your home to help transform the home, to help uplift and heal the home. We've got a full moon in Virgo, and that's on the 12th, and that's going to be trined by Pluto. And Pluto is in your 1st house, it's in your sign. So you've probably been experiencing a lot of transformation, you've probably been experiencing a lot of deep truths about yourself. You've probably been having a lot of insights into who you are. This could be part of what's actually spurring this desire to transform the home and to heal certain things at home, because you've seen more clearly into yourself. You might have seen things that you do that affect your family, and so that might be why we're seeing such an emphasis on the home area. So this is a supportive full moon though. This full moon can be quite healing, and it could be quite psychic as well. You could get some insights into yourself. You could have, something interesting, something interesting and random could happen, on the 12th that gives you some insight into yourself and maybe into your beliefs and who you are as a person. There could be also a connection with abroad or with travel. You might feel the desire to start an adventure, or you might be thinking about, taking a break somewhere. But all in all, it's quite a nice full moon, it's quite supportive. On the 13th, we've got Mercury entering, of course, the area of home. So your thoughts are really, and your communications are really on home, really on family. And this is just, it's lit up like a Christmas tree. This is really where your focus needs to be at the moment. And this will be good, because I feel like once you've got this all these fourth house matters taken care of, and you've got them in their rightful place, you're going to be able to move forward with a lot more certainty and a feeling of groundedness and security, and that in turn is going to, bring in the love and make everybody feel better. So on the 17th we have the Sun, which is in your third house of communication. That's going to be squaring off with your ruling planet Saturn in your 12th house. Now, to me, this makes me think that there could be some sort of fear or worry, some sort of limiting belief, some sort of fear that you've been harboring, and it might affect your communication with those around you. So just be aware of that. There just might be something to pay attention to, maybe I don't know, some worry that you've had is going to come to the surface. Maybe you're going to communicate with somebody in a way that's really says a lot about what's going on under the surface for you in terms of how you feel, your security, that kind of thing. On the 20th, we've got the Sun going into your fourth house again, so once again bringing energy and attention to the home, to the family. On the 25th, there's a really, really nice aspect, and this is a Sun conjunct Venus in that area of home and family. So if there's any healing that needs to be done, if there's anything that needs to be talked about, worked through, in terms of emotions, and this is a really good time to do that. If there's been any difficulties, it could be that you've recently gone through some sort of a breakup or a divorce, or there's been some shake-up around the home. This is really a nice time to kind of bring in that loving energy again, because there's a lot of support for that. There's a lot of healing there, and home could be a really nice place for you on the 25th. On the 27th, 2 days later, we've got a new moon in the same area again. So this is fresh starts. This is fresh positive energy. So as you can see, you're doing a clearing of the decks in this area of your life. You're really reassessing whether it's that you want to move, whether it's that you need to make peace with some family members, whether there's been a bit of a trauma in your family. You are really piecing things back together, and towards the end of the month you'll get a lot of support, and you see that all your hard work is actually going to start paying off, because this new moon in Aries is going to bring fresh energy, fresh positive new beginnings to your home and family life. On the 29th, we've got Mercury in that house of home and family, and that's trining Saturn in your 12th house. So you could have flashes of intuition in terms of, what to do around the home. You could have quite a spiritual kind of experience, or a feeling of just support. And I mean on a spiritual level, around the home. And this is what I mean, towards the end of the month, you're getting a lot of support. At the beginning of the month, it might seem a bit tricky, it might seem a bit tough. There are a few squares and oppositions. There might be a feeling of resistance. But ultimately, as we get towards the end of the month, things are going to get lighter, and that healing is really going to come through. On the 31st, you've got Mercury going into Taurus, which is the 5th house of love, creativity, self-expression. So the energy starts to lighten a bit. Venus will still be retrograde, so you're still going to be looking at matters of love and the past and healing, and it could even be matters to do with your family of origin, things that might have happened at home that might have affected your love relationships, things like that. So you'll still be doing that work. But towards the end of the month, I feel like things will get a lot lighter, and you'll definitely be feeling the support. So it's going to be a big month, and at times it could feel heavy, but just don't worry, as long as you keep your focus where it needs to be, and you'll start to see, it will all come to fruition and pay off towards the end. It's going to be a really good and important month, I think, for all of us. And when we look back at the end of this year, I think we're going to pinpoint March as one of the big change agent months for us all. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, and it was lovely to speak to you. And I will be back next month with more. Take care, Capricorn. Bye-bye. I just wanted to let you know about a competition that I'm running this month. I'm giving away 4 free readings just to introduce myself to the YouTube community. So if you click on this link somewhere here, then you'll be able to fill in the form and be entered into the competition. You can choose whatever reading you like. They're all listed on my website. And I'll be doing the readings over the course of the next month or so, depending on our schedules. And the competition closes on the 15th of March. So I would love it if you entered, and good luck. Okay, thank you so much. Take care.